Good morning, party people. Hopefully you're getting used to wearing masks because that's going to be the new norm for a while, I presume, as things slowly roll back out. Mask life, 6 feet apart life is going to become more of a reality as we get back to normal, if normal is ever a thing again. But yeah, seriously, on a serious note, we've been listening carefully to everything that's going on. We're obviously going to try to follow that to a T and make sure that when and if in the near future we're opening our doors, that it's at the safest way possible. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears peeled to all the announcements and messaging that's going around about re-entry, reopening, etc. Brooke sent out an email yesterday. Hopefully you had your eyes on that. Us as a coaching staff are trying to figure out and decipher all this messaging to make sure that we do things appropriately and have a plan for you, okay? And we will have one. With that being said, Zoom calls will remain regardless of what the next few weeks look like. So totally awesome there. Okay, let's see, what else is there on the agenda to talk about? Support your local box. We are done. We've gotten through all 3 of those. We have 80 people in the gym that signed up. Most of those 80 have participated. I don't want to remind you because my team's doing a great job, but remember to enter all 3 of your scores by Friday. No later. There's no remorse for if you forgot on that one. Remember, 50 points for your team. And just a reminder, Brooks' team's winning now, unfortunately. But hey, it's still a very tight race, and that support your local box will change things up at the end, I promise. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about today. We have an 18-minute AMRAP. It's a long one. Okay, so some sophisticated movements, I guess you could call them with a kettlebell. However, it doesn't have to be with a kettlebell. We can definitely do this with a dumbbell or an odd object. I will show you what that will look like. However, it looks like this. 3, 2, 1, go. 18-minute AMRAP, 10 strict presses, followed by 12 kettlebell snatches, followed by 14 kettlebell squat cleans, followed by 16 American kettlebell swings unless stated otherwise. The caveat here is that you will alternate arms each round, so you attack all 10, 12, 14, and 16 on your right side, and then that next round through, you go all on your left side, okay? So there's no alternating here within rounds, you alternate each other round, okay? Again, like I said, they are American swings for the 16 kettlebell swings here. This is something that's a long workout. It's a kind of chip away at. If you're gonna rest, I suggest you rest between movements, not necessarily in the middle of your set of 14 squat cleans, because that's all on the same arm. There's no need to switch, therefore you shouldn't rest. I would attack it all together at once. Okay, that's what it looks like. Let's talk about these movements. All right, so let's talk about what these movements look like. Starting with the kettlebell. Again, today's your day to shine if you're using a kettlebell, because I know you've been holding on to that thing and some of these movements have been awkward. It's your time to shine. You get to basically be catered to today with that kettlebell. So, starting off with that strict press. We're standing upright. Usually we're in a seated strict press. Today, all these movements are standing, so we're standing. Pretty straightforward. My feet are underneath my hips here. It looks like this. Straight up. Trying to keep that core locked down. Remember, we're doing all the reps on one side in one round and then switching, okay? That's the strict press. From here, 12 kettlebell snatches. Remember, the kettlebell snatch is initiated with a kettlebell swing. So it's all about that hip hinge, all right? So trying to get some momentum. Notice my hips are wider as I'm in that hinge stance, okay? Looks like this. Again, all on one side for one round, and then the next time I come through, it would be on that opposite side. I have my watch on, and I don't want to smash that. One thing you need to note on this movement is it starts again with that kettlebell swing, an aggressive swing out to get this momentum going. I want to intercept that pendulum with a high pull and a quick punch through. That aggressive pull and punch are very important to this movement. If I let this thing get too far from my body, I pull back and I try to punch up, that's where we see that turnover and that smack into the wrist. Also, if we're not fast enough, the same thing happens. So what we don't want to see is that clunk. Again, it needs to be a quick turnover. High pull, punch through. Okay? Notice I'm meeting it with my wrist and I'm not getting that clunk there. Okay? 12 of them per round. Moving on to the 14 kettlebell squat cleans. Much like the kettlebell snatch, With the kettlebell squat clean, you're starting in that same position, initiating some momentum with a kettlebell swing. Okay, it looks like this. One thing I want you to notice, if it's not the swing still, obviously that we're starting with, is the turn of the kettlebell around your wrist to your front rack position as you squat, okay? If you're trying to kind of turn it straight onto your shoulder and get this elbow here, it's not gonna work out ideally. So it's more of a transition around the wrist, receiving it below parallel, driving to the heels, and standing all the way up. Again, in full speed, and up, all right? Coaches will make sure they go through both of these movements with you, break them down step by step so you're feeling comfortable. Last but not least, American swings today, kettlebell swings. You will go back to 2 arms with this, or 2 hands with this, all the way up, getting that head through the window, okay? Let's explain what this looks like pretty quickly with the dumbbell. With the dumbbell, strict presses, very much the same, okay? Rib cage is locked down, pressing all the way through the range of motion, okay? 10 of those, followed by 12 dumbbell snatches. With the dumbbell, this will start from the floor. We're tapping all the way up, okay? Not all the way down below parallel, but making sure that we jump, we shrug, we zip up that coat, and then we get all the way down underneath it. Again, not below parallel, but that we're dropping underneath that thing, okay? Next, the squat clean with the dumbbell, okay? This will be from the hang as well, much like the kettlebell swing was. So you can still incorporate a swing with that dumbbell, okay? It does not have to be a quick shrug straight up and down. I would suggest getting a little momentum, rocking this thing, making sure I'm jumping, shrugging through the motion, getting that elbow high, and standing all the way up. Again, that will switch. On this side, it would look like this. Repeating that 14 total times per side. For the kettlebell swing, with a dumbbell, holding on here, again, you're kind of limited in your range of motion with a dumbbell or an odd object, so making sure you're hip hinging. You may only be able to go just a little before that full range of motion that you would have with a kettlebell, okay? With the odd object, or anything else that you might be using, you can call it odd or not, you're gonna make sure that we're changing this up just a little bit. Your rep scheme is gonna be the same. You're gonna go through it. You're just not gonna switch sides. So, my odd object today, sandbag, yours, the backpack, anything else that you're using. We're gonna go ahead and go strict press, 2 hands, straight up. Okay, 10 of those. Next, for the snatch, making sure we start from the floor. We're here, big aggressive shrug, all the way down, standing up. Setting that back every time, all the way up, all right? Same thing with the squat clean. Starting from the floor, making sure we get down a little bit lower in our setup this time. Big aggressive shrug, getting below parallel and standing all the way up. Last but not least, the swing with your odd object is awkward. We know that. Hold on, get a good base or good grip with this thing, and understand that you're not gonna get the full range of motion as well. So, looks like this. Okay, it's right in front of me, it's not all the way up. I'm really fighting that grip, so try to get underneath that thing and hold on tight while you're gripping, finishing just in front of what you would feel for the full range of motion on the kettlebell. All right? Coaches will definitely help you break that down if you need help with whatever object you might have. Let's talk about how we're gonna get warm for this thing. All right, back to the board. Two times through our Tabata, so 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off of lateral hops. Maybe you're jumping over your dumbbell, maybe you're jumping over a line, that's fine, 20 seconds of work, then 10 seconds of rest. From there, Russian kettlebell, dumbbell, or odd object swings, just to kind of get that motion ready, okay? Not all the way up, just Russian. Air squats, pretty straightforward, 20 seconds of work there, 10 seconds off. Last one in the series of movements is a plank build-up. Again, starting nice and low. This is probably the one I will demo. Coming on up to your arms. Okay, for 20 seconds there. You'll go through that 2 times. That'll be 4 total minutes of Tabata for warm-up. Then the coaches are gonna break down each movement for you. I look really weird. Okay, bye.